everybody, Remrov here again. I'm a classic autist who makes those videos to educate about autism and to build a bridge in between the autistic and neurotypical world. And I hope to be a voice for non-verbal people with autism. As you can see, I made it really sparkly and nice around here. And that's because in this video I want to share more about interests, preoccupations and obsessions. When I was little, my mom always used to call me a magpie because I collected everything that was sparkly and shiny. I wanted to have everything that sparkled, like rocks and stones and sparkly lights. And those things really fascinated me, and I could look at them for hours and hours. Besides that, I also really loved certain toys like toy cars and Smurfs and stuffed animals. When I was little, I had over 100 stuffed animals. When I was about 7 years old, my uncle gave me this hat with a lot of sparkly lights on it. And I was so fascinated by that hat. I found it so extremely beautiful. I just couldn't stop looking at it. I literally spent hours and hours in our dark hallway looking at myself in the mirror, wearing that hat with those sparkly lights on it. Many other people with autism, they share the same. They also have these interests, these fascinations with certain things, and people also call them obsessions. But I don't like that word because it sounds so negative, and it is actually not negative. It serves a very important purpose. It makes us feel safe and grounded, and for us it's a way to deal with this chaotic world and to get us through certain situations which are extremely chaotic and unpredictable. Besides certain toys and sparkly lights and stuffed animals, I was also extremely fascinated, and still am, by patterns of shapes, colors and numbers. Just a certain sequence that keeps repeating itself over and over. When I was little, my mom used to take us on the walks, and I never looked around me during those walks. I always looked down at the sidewalk, because the sidewalk consisted out of all these light gray colored tiles with in between them a thin strip of moss, and that same pattern repeated itself over and over along the whole sidewalk, and I was extremely fascinated by it. It made me feel peaceful and restful inside myself. And in contrary to our world, which is constantly changing and very unpredictable, there's one other thing that also helps me a lot, and it also helps other people with autism a lot, at least most of them, is watching the same movies over and over again. When you watch the same movies over and over again, they become very predictable. You know what the characters are going to say and what they're going to do. You know what's going to happen, and that feels very safe and predictable, and contrary to our world and our society. You in real life, you never really know what a person is going to say or what they're going to do. It's very unpredictable and scary. So watching the same movies over and over again definitely helps me on certain days, like when I have to go to the dentist or to the doctor, or I have like a social event going on which I find scary. Then it really helps me before and after to watch a movie that I've already seen 100 times. So it's actually kind of positive. It really helps us to have those fascinations and those things that we're quite attached to. but it can also get a bit negative. Like, for example, we really need those things, and when we can't get them, then we can get quite frustrated and sometimes even panicky. Many years ago, I started to collect Smurfs like these. I have quite a lot of them, and Smurfs make me feel really safe because they're cute and their village looks cute and safe and comfy. And so I wanted to have a lot of Smurfs. So I went to a store and I wanted to buy Smurfs there. But in that store they didn't have Smurfs. So I just went to other stores and looked for Smurfs there too in those stores. But none of those stores, they had Smurfs. So I got quite, after a few hours, I got quite irritated and frustrated, but I didn't want to give up. I wanted to have Smurfs, so I decided to take my bike and go to a different city and buy Smurfs there. But in those stores in that city, they didn't have any Smurfs either, so I got more and more frustrated. And so I took a train to another city and looked there in stores, but they didn't have any Smurfs either. So, and by that time it was already the end of the day and the stores were about to close, so I was extremely frustrated and angry and irritated because I spent the whole day looking for Smurfs and ended up without any Smurfs at all. And so I was very sad, very angry and frustrated, and then these things become not so positive if it goes like that. So many people with autism, they share the same. They have one or more objects like this that they really attach to, that they feel safe with, and they just want to take them with her or him the whole time. It really helps them to get through situations which are scary and unpredictable. So it's not really a good idea to take it away from them. Besides that, a balance is good, because in certain situations, you just, like school or work, for example, you can't really go walk around with a huge stuffed animal the whole time, for example. So instead of doing that, taking a stuffed animal, a big stuffed animal, you can choose like a small Smurf or a small stuffed animal that you can put in your pocket. And then it will also help because it's in your pocket and you know it's there, and so that feels a lot safer. And another thing that you can create balance with is with watching movies. You can't watch movies the whole day, every day, so you can just say, okay, first we have school or work, and then, or the dentist, for example, or another appointment, and then we watch a movie. I talk about balance in my videos quite often because I think it's extremely important to have balance with everything. We do have autism. People with autism have autism, and we can't change that. It's just the way it is. It can't be cured, so it's just a fact. Certain situations and things which are normal to people without autism, they can be extremely scary for us and very chaotic and difficult. And so to get us through those situations, we just need certain things and our ways to be able to help us. So in that way, it's just a good thing that our society adapts around us, that they just allow us to take something with us. And on the other hand, it's for people with autism, it's good to adapt around our society a bit. And okay, we don't walk around with a huge stuffed animal the whole time. We just choose a small thing to put in our pocket so that we can concentrate on the teacher during school, or we can do the work we were supposed to do. So I think one of the best things is just to meet each other halfway, and then so that everybody can have a place and people with autism can thrive in our society. So that was it. What I had to share about this topic. I hope you found it amusing and that you found it useful. Also, I'm gonna make many more videos like this. If you have any ideas or questions or ideas for certain topics for videos, please let me know in the comments below or send me a message or an email. I will try to incorporate it in my next videos. Yeah, I wish you a very nice rest of the day, and I hope to see you with my next videos. Bye!